Welcome in, everybody. If you're still wondering what to get that artist in your life, or maybe even for yourself, I've got some great books that I think are beautiful to look at. They're instructional, they're helpful. There's a couple really beginner watercolor books here. This one deals more with oil painting. This specifically focuses on people. The Urban Sketcher, that's really cool. This is Danny Gregory's book. That's his sketchbook journal. So cool. And then the Cozy Days book by Iraville is just wonderful. All right, let's just jump right in and look at them. Starting with The Urban Sketcher, Techniques for Seeing and Drawing on Location by Mark Taro Holmes. And this is a gorgeous book. This style is something that really appeals to me. It's something that I tried at one point, and it's too much detail for me, I think, but I still really love the book. It is gorgeous to look at. It's fascinating to look at. There is an introduction on how to use the book and defining urban sketching. I'm just going to kind of flip through so you can see. There's just some really cool instructional bits in this book and very cool drawings as well. I mean, how cool is that? I was like, that's that one, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah, I think, I don't know. And I'm also, as far as like painting on location, I have not found that that is something that I'm drawn to, kind of like doing art fairs and markets and that sort of thing. I don't think that's for me at this point. Things could change. But anyway, you can see there's just some beautiful sketching, some how-tos. So if you or someone you know wants to do urban sketching or wants to learn a little bit more about it, I would highly suggest this book to you. And next up here, we have the 5-Minute Watercolor Super Quick Techniques for Amazing Watercolor Painting by Samantha Nielsen. And again, a gorgeous book. I like to just kind of show you the front and the back. I love the line and wash technique, as if you've been watching my channel at all, you know that about me. This one it's very beginner friendly, and I would say you could also take it to the intermediate level. She does have a lot of great instructions in here. Techniques, tools that you can use, paper. She tells you how to blend. Yeah, taking care of the stuff that you've got, wet on wet. There's the blending. There's the bloom. You hear people talking about the bloom. Some people don't like that. Some people love it. That's why it's just good to look at these books, because everybody just has a different opinion. We all have different tastes, layering and glazing. This is very instructional, very cool. I love her loose style. Look at those koi fish. So cool. Warm and cool colors. This takes you just through some basic things. The importance of painting light to dark. But I'm just showing you some of her beautiful loose artwork. I think it's just charming and gorgeous. So, another wonderful book. Now this book, Learn to Paint People Quickly. It's another really cool book. I would say some beginner, and then definitely can take it to intermediate and advanced levels. Just very cool. Some of them are obviously, as you can see, very loose. This looks a little more advanced and more realistic. And proportions. She just takes you, wait, is it she? Oh yeah, Hazel. She takes you through just some very good basics and also some really more advanced things. This reminds me of, remember when I did the letter M and I was doing two people holding hands? Well, here she's got the letter M and the letter W making up people. So there's your basic. And then I've got a couple things marked in here. because I thought it was just very cool and something. Hopefully you're getting a little bit of a look. Isn't that so, oh, I just love it. So this is cool though, because she takes you through like how to capture like folds and creases in clothing. And I just think she does a beautiful job of that. Let's see what the other mark is. I really can't remember. It's been a minute since oh yeah, cafe scenes. I'm really drawn to scenes like this, people having coffee together, just everyday life scenes. I love them. But yes, portraits. It's a beautiful book, a beautiful, beautiful book. I think anybody would be happy to have this one. And now we're back to a more watercolor focused book, Watercolor Success in 4 Steps, 150 Skill Building Projects to Paint, Marina Bakasova. And this one I would say is more of a step-by-step kind of book. You can meet the author, the artist. She'll take you through different materials and tools. And then she gives you these beautiful little spreads of, you know, all the different foods that you can paint, flowers, animals, objects. Got some seasonal stuff in there. And then here's where you can see she's going to kind of take you through the steps of painting each of these things. I'm just going to kind of go through, and I will have all of these linked in the description if you're interested in any of them. Some of those animals are so cute. So I would say this could be your beginner friendly book as well. I love this page because, you know, you think of like a travel journal or a travel art journal, and that wouldn't that be fun to put on one of the pages, draw in your suitcase? Some seasonal, get the idea. I forgot to show you the back of it. Anyway, another good one. Now this book really got me back into painting. This is Daily Painting, and the subtitle is Paint Small and Often to Become a More Creative, Productive, and Successful Artist by Carol Marine. Beautiful, beautiful. I love her style. I love the brush strokes. She deals more with oil paints, I believe. And I just think they're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, this, I love this page so much. I love how you can see the brush strokes. That's one thing I miss about acrylics, and I know this is oils, but I miss being able to see those thick brush strokes on the canvas, but I do love my watercolors. Yeah, just gorgeous art in here. I don't know that this is necessarily beginner artwork, but there are some great topics in here, and just motivation and steps you can take to becoming more prolific, becoming more comfortable with your art and all of that. I love this painting. Isn't that so precious? She talks about the materials she uses, her workspace, which I love seeing. And then, oh, I love paintings of just everyday objects like that. Like that phone there. Just giving you a little look-see here. Oh, kitty, 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 and puppy. Color mixing. You know, color mixing, speaking of, if you want to learn about like colors, color mixing, color theory, you should go to Anne Livingston's page. I will link her in the description. I like this page. Here's like it says ignore your brain. There's the subtitle there. And like it just takes you through pictures 1, 2, and 3. In 1, it says, this is a cup the way our brain thinks of it, the way an amateur artist might draw if someone said, draw a cup. 2 is the way many of her students draw a cup. The sides are parallel, even though they should get closer to each other toward the bottom. And then 3, and she goes on with that. 3, this is the way a more advanced artist would draw a cup. This is what happens when you can get past the quote-unquote facts your brain is telling you about the cup and really see it. So she just has some it's great reading for sure. I mean, there's a bunch of eye candy in here too, because this I just think that's so pretty. I don't think I've really tried to paint food, but it doesn't like appeal to me to do, but I love seeing it. Gorgeous when other people do it. Okay, so you get the idea here. Staying loose. She's talking more about oils here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous book. And here is my second to last book. This is a recent purchase. Danny Gregory. I follow him on YouTube. I will link his account as well. I think it's called Sketchbook Skool. And this is a cool book. It's called Everyday Matters, a memoir. And he's just amazing. And his style too, I love it. His story is amazing. It's just a really cool book. So like, yeah, here's just kind of his everyday life that he's drawing. This page says, on the street with my boy, and he said, Dad, you could draw my hands if you want to. And of course I did. We sat down on a bench on 6th Avenue, and he sat very, very still while I traced his hands. Then he held them up, and we looked through his window. How adorable, and what a sweet memory that is that he captured. I love it. I love this. This is just part of his story. So like this is a look into his sketchbook, his journal. It talks about his wife. So I'm just going to read you the back here real quick just to give you the real gist of the story. It says Danny Gregory and his wife Patty were in love. Their baby Jack was 10 months old. Life was pretty swell, and then Patty fell under a subway train and was paralyzed from the waist down. In a world where nothing seemed to have much meaning, Danny decided to teach himself to draw, and what he learned stunned him. Suddenly, things had color again and value. The result is Everyday Matters, his journal of discovery, recovery, and daily life in New York City. It is as funny, insightful, and surprising as life itself. And I would agree. I have not read every single word in this book, but I have read quite a bit of it. And it is wonderful. This page makes me laugh. The little caption down here says, why do people like to look in other folks' medicine chests? Here, look in mine. And so he literally just drew his medicine chest. Can you see the detail? It's just so fun. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, his boy's cowboy boots. His boy wanted him to draw his little fire truck. There's just little stories that go with each of these, and it's just a charming, very cool book. Very, very cool. I think everybody will enjoy this. It really does motivate me to like want to do somewhat of a life journal, art journal, keeping some record of just daily happenings. Although I just feel like mine would be so boring. Like, it's just my husband and I now here at home, and kind of like, well, here's the Walmart on the west side of town, and then I went to the east side, whatever. But then I look at something like this, I'm like, oh, I have cool stuff around that I could draw and just kind of, write a little caption about, because how cool is that? Love it. All these things that we use now, like even just our cell phones that we have, they seem so current, but in 10 or 20 years, they're going to be like, I can't believe our phones looked like that back then. So I think it'd be good to document all that. Okay, there is Danny's book. Highly, highly recommend. And my final pick of this lot is Cozy Days, The Art of Iraville. This book I just got yesterday. It is so wonderful. I love it so much. It was ripped. The jacket was ripped in the back, but it didn't bother me enough to send it back. If this was a gift for somebody, I would have sent it back, exchanged it, But also, let me just throw this out there. Like in my mind, I know there's some people, because I've seen reviews on Amazon for different things. If you get a book like that that's ripped, please don't give the author, 2 stars because your book was ripped. She didn't do this. Whoever packed this at Amazon wasn't super careful. So, or who knows, maybe it got jostled. Maybe they were super careful. All right, this book is what I call amazing. And it's my favorite right now because at the moment, this is what I love. I'm calling it folk art. I honestly don't know what she calls her style. I haven't read too much of it. I did read her, her name. I don't know how to say her name, but I'm going to just go ahead and butcher it for you. It says, hello, I am Ira Sliderman van Langewide, a freelance artist from Munich, Germany. And you may know me as Iraville. This is her first book that she has had published of her best work from recent years. And it says also it's a look behind the scenes at my painting process and how I hand make my own materials and tools. And then she gives a story of her background. And yeah, it's just so cool. Oh, this is a very long book. I'm not sure how to fit this all in, but I'll do my best. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to kind of flip and just show you some wonderful pages. She does great people. She shows her workspace, which is fun. I love seeing where other artists work and how they organize their materials and all of their goods. She has a whole chapter on people. Her people are so charming. Super duper fun. There was one that was my favorite that's knitting. Yeah. She's knitting a scarf and she's sitting on the scarf. Sorry if you hear squeaking. That is, I think, a school bus. I don't know. Or a garbage truck. Okay. People, people, people. She's got some good tips. She talks about her painting process. So she takes us through her painting process, and then also she takes it to when she's making it digital and kind of making some edits in Photoshop. I don't know how to do all that yet. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. All right, this is my favorite chapter of the little I have perused this book because I just love these landscapes that she does. Oh my goodness, you guys. I keep having to pause my video because I keep sneezing and coughing. I'm okay. All right, getting over a little bug. Cute, look at these. Adorable. And beautiful. Not adorable. Adorable sometimes is a condescending word to some people, but her work is gorgeous. And she makes her own watercolors, something that has never really crossed my mind. I've heard of people doing it, but maybe someday I'll get there. But at this point, I'm like, no, you just make them and I'll buy them. How's that? Whole chapter on adorable. Again, animals, but they are. Look how adorable. They're so cute. And they've got personality. This really motivates me to go back to drawing characters because I used to draw some kind of anthropomorphic animals. So yeah, she's kind of getting me into that again. This is how to make your own sketchbook. I have thought of that, but I'm also like, I'm just going to buy it for now. All right, you get the idea. Here's her buildings chapter. Oh, I love this. I love this quote. I roughly indicate the perspective, but also try to get it quote unquote wrong on purpose. I love that. And I get that. Because sometimes when it's like wrong, quote unquote, it's so charming. I love that. I just love it. She's good. All right, that is my pick. I hope you find something for yourself or for someone that you love, an artist in your life. Now, let me tell you about this book because this is a nice, big, solid coffee table book, I would call it. Do people still have coffee tables? We do. But anyway, it says it's $34.99. But I just looked right before I'm doing this video on December 5th, 2024, and today it is still 31% off. So I paid $23.99. That is the price today. That is a phenomenal price for this book. It's a nice, just a good book. Solid book with gorgeous artwork. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any other books that I'm missing that I need. I know I have many on my wish list, so I'm sure there will be another video next Christmas. All right, take care.